Hello, everyone. This is Interstellar Radio. Greetings. This is January 26, 2019. We have Gina on the line. And just for others to know, this is channeled information. This is not researched. We're just using our intuitive connections, as those are familiar with my work. I would like to prove a lot of this stuff, but it's a little bit difficult. So, well, Gina, greetings.
Greetings. Thank you for having me again tonight,
Yes.
Ivan.
Yes, it's been a...
Thank you for sharing that information with everyone so they understand that I am a channeler and an experiencer. So everything I share on these shows is channeled information, whether it happens while we're talking or it's something that I want to share with you that I had happened within the week leading up to our conversation.
Is there, do you have any channeled messages like to share with us tonight?
I do. I actually received an incredible message this week, and it was very random, as they usually are, but I wasn't even thinking or focusing or searching for any information on this topic. It was just unfolding in front of me, and this information was being channeled through by the Andromedans. And it was actually happening while I was driving. I pulled over so I can get this information. It was very heavy. And they were showing me the Challenger back in the 90s. Isn't that the late 90s?
Yeah, yes.
Or,
I think it was 80.
Or 2000.
Oh, no, I think it was, I'll look it up. I think it's in the
Look
80s,
it up. It was
something.
with the teacher, the teacher, Krista McCullough. They were showing me Krista McCullough when that shuttle went up, and I believe it would have been closer to the 2000s.
Well, okay, there was another teacher I got? Man, they're just blowing teachers
Krista
up.
McCullough? If
Okay,
we can look that up, then you could get a date. But all I know is it was the teacher they showed me.
Okay, yeah, just go ahead.
She was on the ship with different, where there was astronauts and scientists on this, and she was the first teacher to go up into space.
Oh.
And they wanted to show me that. They showed me the shuttle going up, but it was empty. And they showed me that the explosion there was nobody in the ship that exploded. And I'm certain that I saw a different ship. They were showing me going in a different direction. And that is where the astronauts were. They were being taken to a different place. And when I asked them where were they going, they told me Mars as part of the program. So in my channeling, I asked, but why was the ship blown up for all to see? And they said they didn't want you to see that they were leaving this planet because they weren't coming back. So how could you, basically what I'm getting from that is, how could you tell the public that they went up into space and they're returning for that up?
Yes,
and that was the purpose of the explosion. So they showed me it's very heavy.
Yeah.
And the ship was going, as the one ship was blowing up, the other one was continuing up into space. And I didn't see it because we were focusing on one. And that is what they showed me.
Yeah, because everyone's paying attention to the, I think it was a Challenger. So, what was the name of the teacher? Sharon Krista?
Her name is Krista McCullough.
It doesn't have McCullough, it has McCullough. I mean, this the one in '86 is the first teacher I went up. believe. I mean, the names sound pretty accurate, pretty close to it, but maybe I'm wrong.
Let me see. And anyway, the reason Krista McCullough. So the reason, here it is, American teacher, astronaut, was killed in the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
It's the same one.
And which is very strange to me because so she died. It looks like she died in 1986.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
So why are they talking about this right now? Why are the Andromedans showing me this out of the middle in the middle of the day? And it was very concerning to me.
Yeah.
So I started to ask more questions, and I got a little bit more information. And they said history is not what you know.
None of it is right, pretty much.
So this is a rewrite of history. Now, when we talk about disclosure, I believe this is going to be part of what the human beings are going to start to realize the truth behind historic events.
Mm-hmm.
And this was just the one that I experienced this week.
I mean, you were driving, right? I mean, you're just minding your own business.
I pulled over. Minding my business. And then this is what happens to me because I will get information randomly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, sometimes, a lot of times, in meditation, I'm obviously seeking a specific answer.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will be able to receive information through meditation as well. But there are times that I cannot control when I'm going to receive information. And so this happened to be one of those times.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I feel the Zeta presence around you in a good way. I feel they're helpful.
Well, that's because that's right now, actually.
Yeah.
Like right now as we're talking.
Yeah.
They're here.
Yeah. Because the moon landing, that's been torn apart, about that, Did it happen? Did this happen?
Everybody has their version of that story as well. The thing is, we're going to start to get to understand the true story of this that occurred and where we were taught something different, okay? We're going to see a different part of that story. And I believe this is what they were showing me and why they were showing me this random image.
Interesting. Yeah, and you also...
So how do I know it's Mars? Well, how do I know it's Mars? They don't say Mars. They show me orange. They show me orange, sandy planet. So I'm going to guess,
it's Mars.
My interpretation, that's representative of Mars.
I would think it's Mars. I think so.
I don't know any other... I mean, they're only going to show you what you know.
Yeah.
So... So when you do readings, or the interpretation is based on what you already know, meaning affiliated or associated, like word association. Describe it. So they're not going to show me a planet that I have never seen or heard of.
Yeah. No,
without telling me what it is.
Yeah, because we mention this stuff, we bring it up, and then more people get curious, and then it gets, more and more people get curious. Like the flat Earth story, that's mainstream, and now YouTube is trying to suppress it. So it says, why would they care? So there must be something to it, to conspiracy theories.
They're not, obviously they're trying to, and they're doing it. They're not trying. They are doing it.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Suppressing.
They are.
Suppressing.
Yeah.
Suppressing truthers.
Yep.
People that are seeking truth. People that question what we've been told. and so they're eliminating it. Like last time you and I spoke, I was talking about chemtrails that were heavy on Christmas Eve. I mean, it was just overwhelmingly massive in in South Florida. And when you posted the video to YouTube for a description under your video was a definition of what a chemtrail is.
Yeah.
Okay, because I said that word.
Jeez.
In that when
Yeah, that wasn't in the description.
I found
though.
that.
Yeah.
It wasn't in the description, but it was a topic that you and I were talking about. And then they put underneath now. They put under the videos their version of the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
Contrail. There's no, chemtrail is a conspiracy, is what it said. So, this is what the powers that be are doing to suppress those that are seeking the truth, and we just have to keep fighting as long as we can to get those answers. But they can't stop individuals from receiving information from different sources, meaning channeling.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I'm wondering about what to do at YouTube. I mean, I'm not the only one, but they can, if you go on Vimeo or YouTube, Alex Jones has showed they can turn you right off. So who knows?
That's right.
So
I'm still going to get my channel information as long as I'm breathing.
Yeah.
That's been going on forever. Just as you have received your information, they cannot censor what you receive. That's power they do not have. They can't with that transmission. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, around Google, I mean, I feel like the people are. I mean, first off, this feels like it's more of like an artificial intelligence that's running it now. That and YouTube, Alien. And there's different forces there, positive and light and dark, of course. So, jeez. You said something about...
well, it's definitely not the original creators of either.
Well, the original creator... Yeah, the original founders. You think the founders would hang around, and they didn't.
No.
So, you think they would want to stay around, something like that, but...
Well, they didn't have a choice, apparently.
Yeah, it's like none of their ideas are working, or they didn't want their ideas, they didn't agree, so they got somebody else in there that they can control. Yikes. Well, that'll come out eventually. Anyway, I don't want to go into that. You said something about Area 51 about accidents, or did you want to go into that a little bit?
Say the question again?
Accidents, you're talking about, people are getting to the truth, and then something would happen.
So, yeah, obviously, people such as Bob Lazar, who worked in Area 51. You have Stephen Greer, who talks about his experiences with connecting with extraterrestrials and communicating with them and teaching people how to do that. So these guys have mentioned before how they have in the past been threatened, whether it be by near car accidents or what have you. So and there were hundreds and hundreds of these scientists that were exposing Area 51 and talking about their experiences where the powers that are controlling the censoring or trying to keep them quiet will stage accidents, and so I find that very, very concerning because it's very easy to say they had a car accident. How do you fake a car accident? Well, I don't know. But these people have had their lives threatened before exposing Area 51. And, that bothers me. Like, it really, they keep showing me this. So I'm concerned that there are people that need to, be careful who they're sharing their information with.
Yeah.
That's all. That's basically a fear that I have. Although I'm definitely not mainstream at all. I have my own private individual practice, and I work one-on-one with people. I don't have a platform other than talking with you and sharing my experiences with you here and whomever tunes in to listen. I obviously it's frightening. It's definitely not easy to talk publicly about your experiences. I'm very grateful that this platform allows it, because other people are having experiences or doing research or trying to find other people that are sharing these similar experiences so that they could seek their own answers that they're looking for. But either way, whether it's on a large platform like the guys that we know and hear about in ufology and their threats they've had on their lives versus the little guys that are doing a one-on-one with other people. I don't know how that would affect all of us. Meaning, are they going to shut us down as well, little by little? I don't know. But I'm very uncomfortable about that some days, Yeah,
you never know. They're just, this is, information that a lot of people don't believe or ready for, but those are ready for it. Yeah, you can go further and further deeper
well,
into
they
this.
are. Well, the awakening process is happening at an accelerated rate. I mentioned that the last time, and it's definitely accelerating. And the younger generations are awakened a lot sooner now, which is very, very exciting.
Yeah, every new generation is going to excel because they're not going to accept what's going on. This doesn't make any sense. So
correct,
and that's normal with any new generation. So yeah, it's going to
so the conversations that we share here, Ivan, with your audience, and that I share with my patients every day, is going to be the norm.
Yeah.
But this is not. This is eventually going to. The shift is going to happen. They can't stop it. They don't have that power. This is the shift. It's painful. It's scary. It's unsettling. It's very slow.
Yes, very
but
slow.
It is definitely.
It has to be slow, yeah. But when you talk about disclosure and all of that, does just the word, just the idea, the vibration of it does go out. It does make a wave, though. So it is important, though.
Yeah, that's correct. So the next phase, if you will, that we're entering in 2019 is where it's all going to be. So the story I shared with you when we first started this conversation about Challenger, and that's what they showed me. There's going to be other stories besides this that they're going to replay history and rewrite it the way for the truth.
Yeah.
And those are going to be available to the public very soon. You're going to hear old stories coming back to the forefront, where they're going to now have a different, you're going to hear an old story, and that's going to come back up to the surface. Is what I'm trying to say.
Well,
from a couple generations.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So they're showing me even Bonnie and Clyde. I don't know. They're just showing me. It could be that dated that back that day to a new version of that, rewriting it. Just like we rewrite our versions in our phones.
Well,
so we have upgrades in our phones.
Yeah, like World War II. There's a lot of stuff there. World War I.
Well, Vietnam for sure is a major
Yeah,
story, the
always got the
truth
truth
about
of it.
Vietnam.
Jeez. Or like
Yeah.
there's an alien version of all of this, you can say.
Well,
There's
obviously the
one guy.
aliens were here during
Well, through
Vietnam,
everything, yeah.
and
Yeah.
they were a part of they were a part of trying to help us
Mm-hmm.
during that time. And we were just, that generation. And I'm not speaking of the soldiers. I'm talking about the leaders at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Soldiers, unfortunately, are the ones that have suffered, and it just tears me apart to think about those men and women from Vietnam as well, who are victims to this story, and I have very much respect for them. But there's more to the Vietnam story that we've been told or shared, in school or families, because that is the truth that's coming forward.
Yeah.
Weaponized weather was very heavy during Vietnam.
Yeah, because that's right when you said that. That's when chemtrails, I guess, started to. I guess that was one of the times they started up. I guess I never thought about the history of when they started up. I don't know if you can find the
Right.
history
Well,
of it.
there is a patent. There's a patent that I was looking for.
I think it was in Vietnam. Yeah,
That
it was secret.
I don't know the date of it. I can try to look it up. But so they keep. So what is happening
Makes
right
sense.
now is they're showing me history,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're showing version 2.0.
Yeah.
It's like I keep hearing like that. The real story.
Yeah, it feels like you go into the past. This is why I talk about past lives a lot. You go into the past, you unlock yourself. You unlock your future.
Say it again.
Yeah, something came through. I don't know what that was. But you go
No,
into
that was me. That was my phone for sure. I'm sorry.
when you go into the past and you like decode it, you examine it a little bit differently. You do unlock yourself, more information. You unlock yourself to go in more of the higher dimensions.
That's right. That's right.
That's what
You
this.
can't be afraid of that. That is something that I know that a lot of people are excited to do.
Mm-hmm.
They want to know. The new generation, millennials and younger, are just really intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Curious young men and women. My children are millennials.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying it just because my children are, but I see I do see their response to what's going on in the world today.
Mm-hmm.
And having a mother that is open and,
Mm-hmm.
I don't no, it goes the opposite, right?
Yeah.
So I teach critical thinking with my children. I say, ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
How my generation was told, don't question authority.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I tell my children, question authority.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, they have all these nice history books and everything, but the problem is a lot of those history books are wrong. So, unfortunately. I mean, it's like we kind of go into like the past turns into like a time warp. It's like the past matters but doesn't matter anymore. So it's like, what are you picking up from it? What's your version of the past? It's like, because there's alternative energies. There's a lot going on that, that can help you awaken.
There is absolutely another version.
Yeah.
They show me 2.0.
Yeah.
I don't know why this number keeps coming up. 2.0.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means when it comes to the computers or the phones or whatever. So there's always a different version of what you know. So again, question authority, question leaders, question your books.
Yeah. Yep. Your books.
And right, because they're not right.
Yep.
There is another book out there that is another version of that story.
Well, they have alternative history books. Those are probably good. So, like the pyramids are older.
Alternative.
What people are saying, just questioning, who knows the full, it's still good.
And if you question that chemtrails are not real or real,
exactly.
That's great. Question it. It's okay. Because I questioned it too.
I think there's I'm not going to look it up, but there's an archaeologist. I believe it's in history. Recent history. He ruined his whole career because he was looking for Atlantis. He said, there's a possibility this place even existed, and I think his whole career got ruined by it because they didn't want him to dig into it. Something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never heard about that. Really?
Yeah, I have to look it up. I'm not going to look it up now, but yeah, his whole career got shot.
Maybe you share a link to that in the show if you find it. So if anybody wants to look at that, because that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find anything.
So let's say you're looking at a history book. Okay, you just pull out your book. This is the visual they're giving me, and you pull out that book. Okay, and you read it. You read the whole book from chapter 1 to the last chapter. You finished reading that book. When you turn that book over and upside down, and you can open the book, you're going to read it in a different way.
Yeah.
That's what they just showed me.
Yeah.
So that's the symbolism they're saying.
Yeah, I agree.
The way that they communicate is amazing. Oh my God.
With the government shutdown, I don't know if you wanted to. You mentioned about had something to do with alien disclosure, UFO disclosure, but I'm not sure if you got anything else other than that. I didn't get anything.
So. Right. So the government shutdown is something that I have been trying to, ask to get some information from my alien connection, my spirit guide, and I'm getting nothing. Okay. The only thing that I'm getting about it is that it is a way to keep everybody fighting.
Yep.
Because it's part of a distraction. Everybody, both left and right. There was a saying that I read that the left wing and the right wing all come from the same bird.
Yeah.
Okay?
I agree.
So so they're fighting with themselves, amongst themselves. So this is a distraction from the true story that is happening. I'm not able to tap into that information. I've been trying to see. Now, maybe it has something to do with history coming forward in reality. Okay, what happened with JFK? They're showing me this, and what happened with the.
Well, looking at the way that politicians are acting, you think it was like nursery school, or maybe it's worse than that. It's like the way they're insulting each other.
They're afraid that they're after each other. Somebody just got arrested here in Fort Lauderdale. I'm not in Fort Lauderdale. I'm Fort Lauderdale, but
I was going to go into that. Yes, okay. I was going to go into that. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I'm going to go because I woke up at 4:00 in the morning. Just I don't know if I was being wide awake. I could not go back to sleep. I must have been awake for at least an hour, maybe up and down. I don't remember. And then that happened with Roger Stone. They got arrested. Yeah. So I figured there must be a link to it, because and just a CNN reporter just happened to be outside videoing it. Yeah, right.
No, there's no accident there. Yeah. This was absolutely a staged production.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, this is already, it's a joke. A joke. It's irrelevant. Yeah. I don't care what anybody has to say about politics, because I don't really like to hear about this garbage, because it is garbage.
Bad. It is.
And it's useless, and it's not productive and where it's not helping us move in the right direction as a species to evolve. It's suppressing evolution as long as we stay connected to that energy.
I mean, the politicians are definitely talk about going backwards in evolution. It's like, I mean, they make cavemen look better. Right? They make cavemen probably acted a lot better than they do.
There's nothing that I cannot stand hearing is when someone from an older generation. I have respect for our seniors. Don't get me wrong, and this is not about that.
There's a lot of those in
there. But when they say, when they say something like, "Boy, we never had." Nobody would have done that back in our day. Things are so much worse now. Everything was so much better back then. Well, the reason why your perception of back then was better is because you were clueless to reality. Yeah. Now, today, we are more exposure to things that you were shielded from. So don't tell me it was better back in your day, because to tell you the truth, during your day, a lot of shit was going down. Which is what we're dealing with today.
It's just
that's part of suppressing evolution, is when we're stuck in that energy, and we get ourselves, we attach ourselves to these news channels and take that as our reality. Please don't do that.
Yeah, some of it is. I mean, I feel Anunnaki. Obviously, there's a lot of aliens in there, but Anunnaki. Some of it's to slow down our evolution. Some of it's to make us mad enough where we get tired of. We get tired of this type of. It's like, how low can you go until we just get rid of the system altogether?
What do they think that this is going to make things better? It's not. No. It's not going to make things better. We need, and so that is, to me, a waste. One of the things that I overheard, because I don't watch the news, but I do get my information from many sources, and then I base my opinion on different information that I've gathered on my own. Okay, so I don't take one person's word. Don't ever do that. But so I heard something that was said by a news reporter. I don't know who. Is it true, and maybe you could correct me if I'm saying this wrong, was there measles contracted at an airport?
I haven't heard anything.
Measles there was a story about measles. And the guy on the news was saying, because they're pushing inoculations, okay, which we all, I mean, again, that to me is something that's a whole nother topic, and I don't want to get into it because I know that's going to probably be a cause of a debate. But to me, the news reporter's job is to convince you that the reason why there was an outbreak of measles at a particular airport was because somebody was not inoculated with the measles shot. How do you know that? Number one. Number two, it's very easy to inject measles into an environment.
Yeah, outbreak in Washington State. Ways to state emergency. Yep, you got it. Didn't hear about this.
So that is, to me, not done. It's not because somebody wasn't inoculated with the measles, okay?
Yeah.
And this is another ploy, just like the awards show where they had the people coming out with the needles to inoculate the audience, okay, with the flu shot. Okay, why? So then you have to sit and think, why are they pushing immunizations?
Okay. Yeah, sterilizing people.
Why? What is going on with this? So what are they doing? That's a question. I don't know, but I heard it. But nothing that they said made sense to me.
Yeah, I'm not feeling good.
But there's more going on with that.
Well, this kind of leads me into, I don't know if I ever asked you about this. Maybe I have, about the shadow government. Do you ever get a sense of like where are they? Like, I mean, I get like the Nevada desert is one area.
Underground in Colorado.
There you go. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's awesome. They have many
Hmm.
places. Colorado is definitely one of them.
Underground in Colorado.
Is what you're getting.
Yes.
Fascinating.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, because
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
getting. I mean, I'm not getting a clear image for many reasons. Because I feel like there is a second president. I mean, the real president. But I do sense. I mean, he might be might be black wearing a army uniform, and
Is that right?
that's my energy at the moment.
So
Maybe
when you said that to me,
you know.
what they showed me was multiple countries, not just Americans, in
Mm-hmm. Makes
this
sense.
arrangement.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so this person you just described
Mm-hmm.
didn't come across as a citizen of this country.
It's an African country. Yeah. Makes sense. Maybe he's visiting.
Well, I feel that this is a one of many bases.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, how it can't. It's not that hard for them to keep a low profile. You know. I mean, they can live among us and not us notice. You know.
Of course, just because the aliens are doing it,
Exactly.
why wouldn't the shadow government?
Yeah, I mean they gotta be. I mean NSA workers, even that's kind of shadow government when you think about it. CIA, Jesse Ventura talked about CIA, working here, surveillancing us, and
Hmm.
they're not going to tell everybody that. They're going to tell people. So there's so many people. How do you
But
know what
very
everyone's
soon,
doing? Yeah. So the Colorado, that's
very
fascinating.
soon, Colorado. Yeah. Well, there's tunnels.
Yeah,
I like
I keep getting the desert. I must be connected. That must be where I go in astral.
well, could be maybe there's a tunnel.
Yeah, it's
How
gotta
far
be.
away is it? I don't know geography.
I
It's
mean,
not that far from Arizona, right?
yeah. I mean, all that whole area, desert area, just like desert seems to be because it's not exactly an easy. It's not your everyday Joe can drive out in the middle of nowhere. All of them do to go to Area 51, but there's a lot of other
Hmm.
stuff going on, obviously out there.
Hmm. So think about this now. They just talked to me about the government shutdown. What happens when the government shuts down? You can't access certain areas of the parks that are national
Yeah.
parks.
Yep. 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 And
Okay, so if a government is shut down,
mhm.
you can't go to Yosemite. You can't go to. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think you can go there. I think you can go there, but people have been trashing it, something like that. It hasn't been. I think the parks are open, but people have not been taking care of it. So,
But if
but
the government is shut down, there are certain things you can't do, and
probably, yeah,
they're preventing us from doing. Right.
exactly, yes,
So that's what one of the things that they were showing me is this. Okay. So what is so they're just saying no, you can't enter. It's not open. So there must be a park.
must
There
be.
must be somewhere that you cannot have
Hmm.
access to at this time.
Hmm.
And with the government shut down, people will accept that as the reason why they can't enter.
All right, let me see if yeah, 'cause I haven't really. Well, is it Yosemite? It's kind of like a shady area. People go to Yosemite. People get lost there, and there's a lot of missing
Hmm.
people. I think it's Yosemite, and there's probably a lot of
Okay, so
abductions there.
let's go find out if Yosemite is open now with the government shutdown.
Well, the government's open now, so I imagine everything's back up and going. But remember though, during the government shutdown, the last longest one, if I'm right, was when Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky were doing their thing, and
January 4th, Yosemite National Park is open, but some areas are closed.
okay, there you go. Yep. So there you go. Something was going on. So wherever it was closed is wherever some kind of activity was going on.
With the enactment of the continuing resolution, the National Park Service is preparing to resume regular operations through the schedule for individual parks may vary, depending on, so they're blaming it on that. Staff, shortages, etc. Okay, operations during government shutdown. See, now why did I get that? Because I don't read this stuff. I just Googled what they just showed me. We're not able to, okay. Below is a list of service and facilities that are open or closed. Visitor services may be diminished or areas may be closed due to environmental public safety or other unknown factors.
Yeah. Military
We are
presence.
we are not be able to update roads and weather information. Okay, so other unknown factors. That's a very interesting statement, I must say.
Yeah.
So the grays just showed me Yosemite, something going on.
Trying to hide a bunch of abductees. Trying to.
I don't know what the heck, and then I just pulled that up to see what was going on, and that unknown sort. I don't know. Okay.
I know I've gotten stories. People go there and they don't feel too comfortable in that area. You think there's certain areas that just feel kind of spooky. You would think when Yosemite or any of these parks, you will not feel that. So something's going on there. There it is.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, this stuff they're not really wanting to. Yeah, psych, at least intuitively, they're not opening stuff up, but you never know. But I don't know if you heard me when I was saying that the last shutdown was when the Monica Lewinsky thing was going on, at least in secret. Of course, it took a while for it to hit the news. But during the last government shutdown, that's when Bill Clinton and Monica were getting to know each other. So who knows? Something might come out later on. Doesn't mean a president will be involved, but something else might be involved, possibly. I guess
that's it.
So.
Because we're all going to be going, what? No, we're going to be very surprised to hear all of these stories, but relieved because you know what? When you hear the story, then you're going to know it's true. Because none of these stories make sense that we've been told. So that's the theme of this is what they want us to know right now. That your stories will be upgraded.
Well, you said
you'll have the
you
new
said,
version.
Yeah, you said something about the blue light in New York. You said you received.
So the blue lights, we talked about it in the last time I was on here with you, and where the transformer that blew in New York or what have you, it definitely had a presence of a ship there, which is the reason why it exploded. But there was also a feeling that something else was going on besides that. So all of the stories were talking about the transformer blowing up, but there was a bigger story happening as to why did it blow up. And so there was I had a feeling that there was a ship. There was a large ship and then a smaller one there at the time. Yes. Because when you have a presence of this technology that is interstellar, it can cause electrical blackouts and things to occur that we have seen in the past or others report in their experiences, like what happened in Texas back in the 40s, right? When they had the blackout.
Yeah.
So
New York,
so the whole town had a blackout, and every time the ships would come, they would get a blackout because obviously, the instruments that they had back in those days were very different than what we have today. Our versions are a little different, but their whole town would black out, and then the ships would come, and then every time the ship would come, then the town would go black. Actually, they were playing that again and I was happy to see it actually on the History Channel. They have a Project Blue Book series on, and they did show that in one of their stories. Now everything on the TV version of what's going on. They're showing you what the people saw, and then they show you what the government did about what the people saw. Very interesting show, actually.
Is that new?
Okay,
Is that...
it's brand new. Project Blue Book. I believe it's on Wednesday night on the History Channel at 9:00. And listen, I have no connection with History Channel. I don't get anything out of saying that. But I will tell you this: it is very, very interesting to watch. Project Blue Book series. The Project Blue Book series. First episode started on January 8th, so whatever day of the week that was is the day of the week it will show. Tuesday, right? January 8th was a Tuesday, but I don't know why I think it's Wednesday, but they do play reruns. Mm-hmm. And I think they're on episode, because I watched it from the day one, and it's a great little series, actually. So if you want to have a refresher course of what was going on back then, the beginning, kind of cool show.
Yeah.
But yeah, they brought up that whole Texas blackout was in one of those shows, actually. It was pretty cool.
There must be enough, there must be blacking out some information, but there must be some white hats working on that to be aired. I mean, maybe they're just putting out like it's fiction.
Correct. Well, that's right, because it's left up to interpretation.
Yeah.
So they're not saying it's one thing or the other. Mm-hmm. That's right. It's just like the Close Encounters of the Third Kind movie. You know how they showed that, and people formed their own opinion. Oh, that could never happen. Oh, that definitely could happen. You know.
Something's happening.
Yeah.
It's like...
But it's only one version of the story that they're showing you on the TV, so keep that in mind.
I mean, when you look
at... one version of it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the military is where a lot of the alien stuff is. When you look at the military hardware, stealth bombers and all that stuff was secret for a very long time. And it looks, when you look at it, it's like, that stuff looks really alien. It's like, it just, all of it just looks very... But it's not something you're going to see in your daily, they're keeping it all pretty quiet for the most part. So.
That's right.
So all your military bases are connected to alien information somehow. And so, anyway.
Well, they've always been here. Yep. They've always been influencing some of the people in history, like Tesla and Einstein and von Braun, these Apple, what's his name, Jobs. So they talk about this a lot, as that they were influenced by aliens. Well, I believe that is possible. So have been many other people that you don't hear about.
Yeah, I mean, alien presence has been here forever, It never left.
I mean, as an experiencer, I know that there are other people that have had experiences. I'm not anything special. There are many people who have had experiences that don't realize that they had one, or that they do realize that they had one and they don't trust what they experienced, or they're afraid to come forward. So it is. They're here. They've been here. They've interacted with us consciously, subconsciously, influenced many of us to be creative or to explore what we're doing today, for instance, maybe as fine artists or a healer or a musician. They're influencing us, yes.
Yeah, definitely. I was doing work on the Jake comic, the rabbit comic, and I was looking up nuclear, like the Manhattan Project, the atomic bomb stuff, and I found St. Louis is back in the 40s, it was a dumping site for nuclear waste, and a lot of people there have, they have cancer and all kinds of stuff. Never knew it was even there, and now they're starting to clean it up. they've been trying to clean it up for a while. I mean, not, but it's been taking a long time. So talk about secretive stuff that you don't hear in the mainstream. That's for
Well,
sure.
but it's too late
Yeah.
for the cleanup. I mean,
Well, yeah, but at least they
it's
can get rid
affected
of.
multiple generations.
Yep.
That's been going on for so long. I don't know why all of a sudden they want to clean up. It's already infiltrated. It's already in the soil.
I don't know. Well, I guess for future reasons, but yeah. But it's, you don't see that on CNN or any of the major, maybe local government will talk about it, but the mainstream is totally blacked out.
No, they're only going to show you the arrest of the opposing party in their home in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Because that's an important story, right?
I can't believe it. I don't know. It's just like the mainstream media. I mean, is it going to just break down and fall? It's turned into like a cartoon.
I just really pray. I hope so very soon. That's all I got to say. I just really hope. I hope they just like say, you know what, guys, I give up. I don't.
Yeah,
we're going. We're not doing this anymore.
Even the late night.
Nobody believes us. I think we're gonna just hang it up.
Yeah, even the late night talk show host used to be funny, and now it's just all political. It's all agendas. It's just whatever happened. Like Johnny Carson era's history. I mean, it's just a dumping ground for just nonsense.
It's a dumping. Yep, it's just another outlet. See, they're desperate.
It's just all
programmed. They're desperate.
Yeah,
it's right. They know that the masses have had enough.
Yeah, exactly. And
they're losing. Yeah, they're losing control, and it's just a matter of time. They're not going to do this forever. No. It's not going to continue. I know that it's going to come to an end. And what a glorious day it would be when we hear...
Break out the champagne.
Yeah, we will no longer be airing CNBC, CNN, Fox News, ABC. I mean, that's it. It's over.
I mean, they create news.
What a glorious day.
Yeah, the news is now making news because, it's all about them now instead of them actually reporting on real events and stuff. They don't do that. I don't even know if Fox does it anymore, but I don't pay attention. But
I don't know where the hell they're getting it from. These people, I can tell you right now, gross. I can't even look. Okay?
Yeah, I don't even bother.
But sometimes it comes across my computer if I'm looking something up, and I'll just stop and look at the faces that they're like robots.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
They're like MK Ultra.
Yeah,
has gotten to them.
It's all MK Ultra news now. It's been that way for a while. But
just call it what it is.
Yeah.
If you want to still air, call it what it is. People have free choice to tune in if they want, but I mean, I certainly recommend that you don't. But
but
it's just amazing to me. Amazing that people still... Now, I don't see many younger people tuning into news regularly. Exactly. I don't know any people that do that. It's more... I see it mostly in the senior community and the seniors, because that is what they grew up with.
Exactly. The newspapers are dying, and then eventually the TV networks are going to die too.
Next.
CNN and all that,
well,
CBS.
Who knew? Did you ever think that the newspaper would ever be obsolete?
I would never think that would ever die.
And it is.
It's like unbelievable.
And it did.
It's amazing it still exists anywhere, actually, when you think about it.
I don't know about you, but when I remember the payphones.
Yeah.
Listen, everything goes away.
Yeah.
Nothing can remain the same.
Who would ever thought the payphone would go away? I mean, of course, it was kind of gross using the payphone because who knows what hands have been there. But either way, it was still there. But yeah.
So I'm waiting for the day. I hope it's soon that the news will go away.
Yeah, well, that's a big Titanic to go under, but that would be they do feel it. They must obviously they're feeling because a lot of the younger kids are going to YouTube, they're going to wherever, but it's not them.
That's it. They're awake, man. They're awake. They don't need it.
Yeah, just keep
They're
the
awake.
fire going. Just let all the old people, all that old thinking, just go away. Just it's like a cancer. I wonder
Ah,
what cancer comes from. It's just ideas.
that's right. That's right.
It's just the
Well, cancer is
thinking.
man-made. That's right.
That's just well, yeah,
That's
because it's a
right.
worry. I mean, I love it to see when like something bad happens. I love seeing the newscasters how they're all really serious. It's like, who are you people? It's
It's,
like,
who are you
and then
people?
they're
Is right.
happy, and then they're sad. It's like they're robots. It's like it's weird. It's just
I
I
know,
don't
it's
know.
a joke. Yes. So there's other stories out there. Just like I said,
Yeah,
when you look at the book and you're done reading the book, turn it over and upside down and you will see a different version.
yeah. What energy you feel from it too. Yeah, what the vibration that's telling you. Yeah, just
Mhm.
did you say
That's
something?
right.
I don't know. You say something about the Skinwalker, the guy that wrote the documentary or the documentary.
Oh,
Is there something you want to say about
yeah.
that? I forgot what it
Highly
was.
recommend this guy. I have to get, if I'm going to say it, I want to say the right
Oh,
name
the director or
because I'm like the worst with names. I
yeah,
really I
okay,
really am. So
yeah, me
forgive
too.
me for that. Jeremy Corbell. Jeremy Corbell has these amazing movies, and I'm just like totally thrilled that he has now produced a film on Bob Lazar. He also did a Hunt for the Skinwalker. Um, these this is great stuff. If you get a chance, um, I definitely check them out. But I was so happy to see that there's going to be a film coming out that he had produced on Bob Lazar.
Yeah, apparently
That is actually Secure Team
did an interview. Yeah.
had them both on and did an interview about it. I think around Christmas time.
hmm
So I don't know. Keep an eye out for that. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
the documentary is out. Bob Lazar, Area 51, and Flying
mhm.
Saucers. So I didn't know that was out.
Oh yeah, check it out. Check it out. And Jeremy Corbell, you may want to look into what he's got going on. It's incredible. I mean, he's just really um, a truther that is just, kicking ass,
Yeah,
really. And
yeah,
I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled that he has made a break in getting to have Bob Lazar even talk about uh, his life because Bob Lazar was they were trying to write him off and make him
yeah,
disappear, and he's still around and he is speaking.
yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there about? I think it's good for us to wrap up. Any last words?
Well, I want to thank the my information was coming today from the Greys were with me through this channeling, so I'd like to thank them for being here to help me with understanding this information, and Andromedans for sharing so that I could share this story today and protecting me while I was able to translate the message the best that I could. And thank you for having me here again. I really enjoy sharing what I can and hope that people are enjoying it as well.
Yeah. Thank you for coming out. People appreciate your message. Get an alternative view of the third of our reality. Let's put it that way. So yeah. Thank you. All
All
right.
right. Well, cool. Well, thanks a lot and
Okay.
blessings to you all.
Yeah. Blessings, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. And I think Neutron's on next week, if I remember right. Yeah, I think so. All right, blessings everyone, and have a great night.